Look, it has been an insane year for e-readers. We've got color displays that actually work, devices you can fit in your pocket, and some that let you write like you're using real paper. But with so many options, how do you know which one to buy? I've tested them all, and today I'm ranking the top 5 e-readers that are actually worth your money. I've also dropped updated links with the best pricing I could find for all these e-readers in the description below. Coming in at number 5, we've got the Amazon Kindle Paperwhite, and honestly, this thing is still the gold standard for budget-conscious readers. At around $140 for the base model, or $170 if you want to ditch the ads, it's probably the sweet spot most people are looking for. I've been testing this thing for weeks now, and the 6.8-inch display is just gorgeous. Crisp, clear, and that adjustable warm light makes reading at night so much easier on your eyes. What really impressed me about the Paperwhite is how Amazon has refined the user experience over the years. The page turns are snappy, the battery life is insane. We're talking weeks of reading time, and the integration with the Kindle ecosystem is seamless. You can highlight passages, make notes, and they all sync across your devices instantly. Plus, if you're already deep in Amazon's ecosystem with Prime and Audible, the experience just gets better. The build quality feels premium despite the reasonable price point. It's got that soft touch back that doesn't slip out of your hands. It's fully waterproof so you can read in the bath or by the pool, and at just 7.23 ounces, you can hold it for hours without fatigue. Sure, it's not color, and it doesn't have all the bells and whistles of the premium models, but for pure reading enjoyment at this price, it's really hard to beat the Paperwhite. At number 4, we have something completely different. The Onyx Palma 2. And this little guy is basically what happens when you shrink a tablet down to phone size and give it an e-ink display. Priced at around $280, it's definitely more of an investment, but hear me out because this thing is actually pretty revolutionary for certain types of users. The Palma 2 runs full Android, which means you're not limited to just ebooks. I've been reading everything from PDFs to web articles, checking my emails, and even running note-taking apps on this thing. The 6.13-inch screen might seem small compared to traditional e-readers, but because it's literally pocket-sized, like it fits in your jeans pocket, you'll actually carry it everywhere. And that matters more than you might think. The reading experience is surprisingly good too, with that crisp 300 ppi display and decent refresh rates for an e-ink screen. Where the Palma really shines is versatility. It's got front and rear cameras, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and even supports stylus input for note-taking. The battery life is solid, lasting several days of mixed use, and the Android 13 experience is smooth enough for what you need. My only real complaint is that apps sometimes feel a bit sluggish due to the e-ink refresh rate, but for reading, web browsing, and light productivity, this thing is perfect for people who want one device that does it all while being easy on the eyes. Number 3 is Amazon's first real attempt at color e-reading, and the Kindle Colorsoft Signature Edition is pretty impressive, even if it comes with a hefty $300 price tag. This is basically Amazon saying, okay, we hear you, people want color. And while it's not perfect, it's a solid first-generation attempt that shows a lot of promise. The color reproduction is where this thing gets interesting. It's not going to blow you away like an iPad display, but for graphic novels, magazines, and books with illustrations, it adds a whole new dimension to the reading experience. I've been reading some manga and comic books on this, and while the colors are more muted than what you'd see on an LCD screen, they're accurate enough to enhance the experience without being distracting. The 7-inch screen gives you plenty of real estate, and Amazon has done a good job optimizing the software to take advantage of the color capabilities. What I really appreciate is that Amazon didn't sacrifice the core Kindle experience to add color. The battery life is still excellent, about 2 weeks of mixed use. The build quality feels premium with that aluminum frame, and all the features you love about Kindle are still there. Wireless charging is a nice touch, and the auto-adjusting front light works well in both color and black and white modes. The main downside is that refresh rate. Color page turns are noticeably slower than monochrome, but honestly, for most reading scenarios, it's not a deal breaker. At number 2, we have the remarkable Paper Pro, and this is where things get really interesting if you're someone who likes to take notes, sketch, or just wants that authentic paper-like writing experience. At $579 for the device alone, and you'll probably want the $129 stylus and $199 keyboard folio, This is definitely an investment, but man, the writing experience is something else entirely. The 11.8-inch display is gorgeous, and when you start writing on it with the included stylus, it genuinely feels like writing on paper. The latency is incredibly low, the pressure sensitivity is spot on, and the texture of the screen gives you that tactile feedback that makes writing feel natural. I've been using this for meeting notes, journaling, and even some light sketching, and it's replaced my physical notebook completely. The palm rejection works flawlessly, and the different pen types and brushes give you a lot of creative flexibility. Where the Paper Pro really excels is in document handling and organization. You can import PDFs, annotate them extensively, and the handwriting recognition is surprisingly accurate. The battery life is excellent, easily lasting a week of heavy use. And the sync functionality means your notes are always backed up and accessible from other devices. The reading experience is great too, especially for PDFs and technical documents where you might want to take notes. Yes, it's expensive, and yes, it's overkill if you just want to read novels, but for anyone who writes, takes notes, or works with documents regularly, this thing is a game changer. And finally, at number 1, we have the Kobo Libra Color, and this is the e-reader that I think gets the best balance of features, performance, and value at $220. While Amazon was taking their sweet time with Color e-ink, Kobo jumped in with both feet, and the result is honestly impressive. The 7-inch color display is vibrant without being overwhelming, and the reading experience feels natural whether you're reading black and white novels or full-color graphic novels. What really sets the Libra Color apart is the ecosystem flexibility. You're not locked into Kobo's store. You can easily load EPUBs from other sources, borrow books from your local library through Overdrive, and the device supports a wide range of formats. The page turn buttons are a nice touch that a lot of other manufacturers have abandoned, and the asymmetrical design makes it comfortable to hold for extended reading sessions. The software experience is clean and intuitive, with customization options that let you tweak everything from fonts to lighting to page layout. The battery life is solid, about 2 to 3 weeks depending on your usage, and the build quality feels premium with that water-resistant design. The color refresh rate is faster than Amazon's implementation, which makes navigating colorful interfaces much more pleasant. Plus, Kobo's approach to annotations and note-taking is simple but effective, and the integration with Pocket for web articles is really handy. What pushes the Libra Color to the top spot is that it doesn't feel like compromises were made to add color. The black and white reading experience is just as good as dedicated monochrome readers. The color adds genuine value when you need it, and the price point sits in that sweet spot where it feels premium without breaking the bank. For most people looking for their next e-reader in 2025, this is the one I'd recommend without hesitation.